It's the under-16 girls quarter-final between Wagga and Penrith. Mike Sheen with you for the call. Jason Stanton to join me momentarily for this under-16 girls match. A sudden death quarter-final between Wagga and Penrith. Wagga in the traditional black of the Panthers. Wagga in the navy blue with the green saddle and green trim. So they are easy to distinguish, although they are rather similar. We don't have a team list just yet, so we're working on getting one of those so we can identify all the players in this under-16 girls quarter-final. We may well see the Vipers rather, in our next match, the under-18 boys quarter-final. They will meet Wollongong. It'll either be Hills or Wagga to take on Wollongong in the under-18 boys quarter-final up next. But first up, we may have a little run of Wagga teams over the next hour or two. It's Wagga with the ball in the 16s quarter-final. Seeing if I can find a team list to provide some information for you as we get our way into this final day, finals day. There's a score in the corner for Wagga. That's a great try to the... A great try to the Wagga team.
Please bring it to tournament control. If anyone has found a car key on the precinct, unfortunately one has been lost and they do not have a spare to be able to get back to Sydneyville. So if you have found that car key...
So a great try to Wagga there. They lead it 3-0. That first score is vital in the context of the match, with the 3 points for the initial try and then 2 points for every subsequent try. So the pressure back on Penrith now. They trail 3-0. Penrith on the attack, working to the left-hand side. That's a nice dummy run, but penalty goes to Wagga. Goes to Penrith, rather. Penalty to Penrith, playing 11.5-minute halves. We're midway through the opening half. Now Penrith trying to find a way through this Wagga defence. They've stacked the left-hand side of the Wagga attack, or the Penrith attack rather. The dive out of dummy half, they're going to say touch was made on the shoulder. Touch was made, no score, so back to the 7 they come, Penrith. On the attack once again. Now Penrith turning it over. Costly error there from the Panthers. Jason Stanton rejoining me in the box. Wagga off to a 3-0 lead early on, Jason, and a great start for the home team.
Yeah, I was wandering up to the box. I actually thought it was 18 girls at how fast the game was. So, bit of a shout out. I was really surprised to see that it was the young girls, because the standard's high.
The standard is very high as we see Wagga slicing through the line for a second try. That's 2 to the home team. So Wagga leads at 5-0 in this semi-final, or the quarter-final rather, under-16 girls quarter-final. Nice try down the right-hand side for the Vipers.
Yeah, the Vipers have got out of the blocks, and it's definitely got the locals talking. Some of us city folk like myself, you wander up and you just expect Penrith to win every game because it's such a strong club. But the locals have got something to say about that, Mike.
Yeah, they certainly do, and the hospitality's been excellent here at Jubilee Park over the 3 days, sampling some of their wares.
Yeah, these young Viper girls from Wagga, great hospitality, but only to a degree. Once you get on the field in a quarter-final, then
all bets are off.
All bets are off, and it's time to play.
Certainly is. That's Jason Stanton. I'm Mike Sheenan with you for Bar TV Sports. Great to be with you from Jubilee Park in Wagga. Finals day in the New South Wales Touch Junior State Cup, the Southern Conference Finals. This is a quarter-final in the under-16 girls division. Next up, we'll have an under-18 boys quarter-final. It'll either be Hills or Wagga taking on Wollongong. First time we've seen the Devils this weekend.
Yeah, there was a little bit of shuffling around. I think, Mike, it could actually be Parramatta boys potentially that final.
Okay.
I was just waiting for confirmation from New South Wales Touch. But either way, all these games, you can just see that they're all just crackers. The
standard has lifted infinitely following these finals day matches being scheduled. All teams have really stepped up the intensity and ramped it up to deliver something very exciting.
Yeah, really skillful ball movement here from Wagga, and I guess just to unpack that, you got these young girls that they would be like the better players in their club or at their school. Then they make say for example the Wagga rep team. Then they come here. Then they're playing against all the best from throughout the state, and they've actually won through to the final. So when we get to final day, we're really the best of the best is what we're looking at here.
This is the cream of the crop.
Yeah, definitely.
As we see Penrith on the attack over the 10-metre line. Getting some good drive in this set here. Pass was questionable. Referee said it was okay. It'll be a turnover on the last anyway.
Yeah, he's onto it. He's picked up the forward pass.
Yep.
Wagga absorbed that quite well. Penrith are gonna have to do a bit of a change up or something here because Wagga seems to have their measure for the most part.
They certainly do as they roll forward once again. The Vipers looking to strike for a third time. Up 5-0. Good advantage to the home team. As we see Wagga trying to strike here from long range. Well into the second half on the last play. And we've got a penalty to Wagga. Excuse me. So a penalty to Wagga in their own attacking half. Now they're looking to create something here. They'll go to the left-hand side. They decide to settle it here, Wagga. Looking to run a little set play here down the short side. The dive. Referee says no, the touch was made. Penalty to Wagga for offside. Well into the first half of this under-16 girls semi-final. Or quarter-final, rather. We'll have the semi-final due at around 11 a.m. They've got numbers out to the right-hand side. Can they get it there in time? They can. That's a lovely try to the Wagga Vipers. They're in again.
Absolute great try. And the locals, they're very excited. I think I saw 4 or 5 parents leave the coffee line and come down banging on the fence.
You are an expert on the coffee line, Jason Stanton. So if they're leaving that coffee line on a Sunday morning, it must have been good.
Yeah, so if you want a medium cappuccino, now's the time to get it because Wagga are continuing to extend their lead here and the locals are full of energy and support.
They certainly are, and it's great to see here at Jubilee Park the home team on the board and rolling along nicely as we approach half-time. Dive there from Penrith. I think they're going to say that's a try. It is.
That's down. They got one back.
So 7-2 the scoreline. Wagga over Penrith. Well into the first half of this under-16 girls quarter-final.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Panthers needed because Wagga pretty much had the run of it, had most things go their way. So it's great for the Penrith crew to get one back, and that'll give them a bit of a confidence to see if they can work their way back into this game.
Well into the first half of this one. They'll be looking for, in fact, this is an under-14s, my apologies. This is apparently an under-14 girls.
It's 14s. That's why I was a bit surprised wandering over because the game was that quick. I thought it might have been 16s or 18s. So, yeah, it was quite a pleasant surprise.
My apologies. I thought it was a 16s game, but it's the 14s. So these girls really turning it on. Touch bait on the last. So we've been caught well and truly unawares here. Wagga certainly making a claim to make a semi-final push in this under-14 girls division. Excuse me. Thank you. We've got the team list now for this match.
Yeah, apologies for that. We didn't have the team list earlier, but yeah, we've got them now. So we'll try and backtrack a bit with highlighting some of the players that are doing really well in this matchup.
Penrith on the attack, approaching the 7-metre line. And number 9 there, Marissa Chloe. That's her with the ball now, Marissa Chloe. They'll play it on the last. They'll go to the left-hand side. Nice step there from Sage McQueenie, but not able to get through the line. And Wagga on the attack once again. There's about a minute and a half remaining in this first half. Bit of a fumble there at dummy half at the play of the ball. The referee said it was okay. Stayed just in the field of play there, Wagga. Number 3 is Abby Hunt. Takes it forward at dummy half. It's Sophie Lang, the 8. Now Wagga looking sharp. Hallie Baggio in the 2. Now Wagga on the outside. They've got good numbers here, Wagga. A little bit of space. Dancing through the line, but no way through on that occasion. Nice work there from the Vipers. There's the siren for half time. So at half time, it's Wagga 7, Penrith 2. That is the half-time siren in this under-14 girls quarter-final. So that's our match at the moment.
Yeah, the Vipers look quite settled, Mike. They look like obviously winning the game on the scoreboard, but they don't seem too flustered by the way this game's playing out. So they look like they're well and truly in finals mode. Penrith are going to have to try and come up with something a bit special, I think, if they want to get through this Vipers lineup.
Yeah, you were correct with your mail a little bit earlier, Jason. It's Parramatta. On the notes I'm seeing, Parramatta versus Canberra City Magic in the under-18 boys up next. So that one's been...
Was that Canberra? That would be a cracker.
That should be a belter of a quarter-final, Parramatta and Canberra City. So that's our next game up at 9:30. I think I heard a whisper that we're going to have some commentary changes during the day.
9:30. Some of us have got church at 10 o'clock, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
So there might be a few phone calls around the around the Parramatta region.
The parish?
To the parish saying
Won't
we might be a little bit late for church, Father, because the 18s boys have got a big match-up with the Canberra Magic.
They're playing in the quarterfinals, Father.
That could actually be quite a solid multi-purpose phone call, because you can say you're running late for church, but the priest might ask the man upstairs for a bit of help against the Canberra Magic.
Divine intervention. But then again, down in the capital, I know they might be making the same phone call at the other end.
Well, they need to. Then they can square the ledger on one of your famous spreadsheets, Mike. So if you're tuning in from Canberra, give the local parish a call.
Yes.
Because you know your counterparts up north are making the same call.
As we get underway in this second half, Wagga leading 7-2 in this under-14 girls quarter-final against the more fancied, you would say, Penrith Panthers. So Wagga on the attack on the 10-metre line, attacking end of the ground. That's them in the dark blue, heading to the right of your screen. Penrith in their traditional black strip, or what has become the traditional black strip for the Panthers over recent years. That's Abby Hunt with the ball. She'll look for a score. Touch was made. That'll be a turnover.
Yeah, pretty good attack there from Hunt. She's been poking her nose through the defensive line throughout the first half, continually asking questions of Penrith, and I don't mind her being in the black. I think that's fractionally better than the old brown
Yes,
from the old days.
the
So
old chocolate soldiers days.
Yeah, I'm happy with the current Panther strip, let me tell you.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad one. And just having a look down the line, we've got Penrith and Wests coming up in the 16 boys semi-final a bit later on this morning. So the next couple of games have been booked in. Certainly running on the fly here at Jubilee Park.
And there's Hunt again working with Baggio.
Out of dummy half, the ball was headed for Evie Perry, but they couldn't find Evie's number.
Yeah, that was quite strong attack as well. And this is sort of what we mentioned during that halftime break, where Wagga seemed to be really sort of showing good calmness, and they're really composure with the way this is rolling out. So, yeah, great job on the Wagga side. Penrith are going to have to keep trying something different here.
Now we see Penrith on the attack over the halfway line on the last. They'll need to spark something here down the short side. They've got the numbers. The touch was made on Amelia Shemp. That'll be a turnover for Wagga. She had Taya Wood on the outside but couldn't find her. As Wagga comes out of their own end, we've had about 2.5 minutes in the second half. 7-2. Wagga leads Penrith in this quarter-final, the under-14 girls division.
Yeah, I like that run from Alia. She really sort of like took the ball on, took the line on, and I think more of that. That's what the Panthers are going to need.
As we see Wagga taking a penalty and advancing midway between the 10 and the 7 metre line. The 11 is Taylor Lawrence. We've got a little error there from Lawrence in the play the ball.
Yeah, referee picking up for not being square. You got to, whenever you get touched and you roll the ball, you got to be facing the opponent scoreline. So you'll see a few of those throughout today. Sometimes the plays we get a little bit side on.
Penrith on the attack now. That's Amelia Shemp with the ball, the number 1. Number 3 is Alia Vehikite. Now she's got an option on the outside. 6 more for Penrith. Knocked down there from Kiwa Kahuroa in the 14 for Wagga.
A good opportunity now for the Panthers. See what they can come up with. I think we've got, is it Shemp in there?
Yeah, Shemp's the number 1. She's directing traffic. That's her with the ball now on the left-hand side. She'll play it on the 7. Wagga looking very sharp in defence. Penrith not getting... That's an incorrect play the ball from Vehikite, so it'll be a turnover to Wagga deep in their own end. 7:25 remaining. They're up 7-2 in this quarter-final.
Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get square. That like the defender gives you a bit of a nudge, and of course you're trying to do it as fast as you can. So it's a bit of a challenge sometimes. Yeah, nice width of play here from Wagga. I don't think the ref will miss that one. A little bit forward.
Just a little bit, he says.
Just a little bit. We've got to get away with everything we can when we're on the field. And
yes.
But the referee was, he wasn't going to let that one slide. Right, another opportunity here for Panthers. Let's see what they can come up with.
Have they got more points in them? Still time on the board. They need 3 scores to get in front of this Wagga side. That's Addison Roden with it. Keeping it alive on the outside. There's Roden once again chiming in. Touch was made. Forward, a late pass. Ball goes to Wagga. So they get out of jail here. The Vipers. Good run downfield. That was a nice run towards halfway as they come off and make the changes here, Wagga. Refreshing the stocks on the field. That was a great run. I think that was Abby Hunt with the big run downfield. Now, Wagga on the attack. That's Hallie Baggio.
Yeah, Baggio's been strong. And what we're talking about when we sort of say, like, Wagga seem to be handling quite well what's been thrown at them, we're looking for things like, whether the defenders have to scramble or dive or whether overlaps are created, those sorts of things. And that's where this Wagga defensive line appears to be very well drilled, well coached. And that it seemed to be, quite comfortable with with everything that's going on here. So well done, Vipers.
Wagga on the defensive. Alia Waipuri making the run downfield. Now the ball goes to ground looking for Trinity Bellingham for the Panthers. 5:25 remaining. Wagga comfortably in front 7-2 at the moment in this quarterfinal under 14 girls division. Next up the under 18 boys, Parramatta and Canberra City Magic. That's our next match for broadcast. As we roll towards finals later around lunchtime today. So buckle up on Bar TV. You'll get all the finals action here on the stadium field through Bar TV Sports. Great to be with you from the heart of the Riverina this afternoon. And the Riverina is roaring. Abby Hunt upfield. Abby Hunt gets the ball away, but she can't hold on to it in the corner. It would have been an acrobatic try. I think that was Ava Spencer in the corner looking for the score.
Wow.
But it goes to ground.
Abby Hunt, how do you handle that? Off the left, off the right.
Apologies.
Dummying in and out.
It was Sophie Lang on the wing, the number 8. At full stretch from Sophie, but she couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, she had lots of options there, Hunt. She had a lot of support come through. Almost had too many options, I think. But, wow, what speed and skill we saw there. Very difficult for Panthers to handle that.
Now Penrith reloading on the counter-attack. That's Amelia Shemp playing the ball. Ball goes to ground off Vehikite. Not what they were looking for. Now Wagga on the counter-attack. Does this count as an upset here, Jason, if Wagga continue on?
Well, Wagga is strong. I think it's more like at that club level for Penrith to be such a strong and dominant club, and Wagga to be stepping up against them. I think it's great. But I mean, if you look at the way these teams have been going throughout the weekend, Wagga has been impressive all the way through.
3.5 minutes remaining. Wagga comfortably in front 7-2. 3 scores in 3 minutes. Not impossible, but you would say very unlikely from the Panthers. But this game can turn around in a heartbeat. Sage McQueenie, that's a good run from her. Now it's Vehikite. Shemp plays it. Vehikite has Douglas on the outside. Doesn't go that way. Back to Shemp. Back to McQueenie. On the outside was Taya Wood, but she couldn't find her. Pass wasn't the best, and it goes over the touchline and out.
I like how Penrith have been able to, even though Wagga appear to be like slightly ahead on them, they keep meeting him in defence. As you can see here, we saw some good touches earlier. That's Shemp again. I think it was Mackenzie getting up early doing some good stuff as well. So, Penrith are definitely not overawed by the situation.
Certainly not, as we see Wagga charging upfield. That's Molly Stephen playing it for the Vipers. Evie Perry out there. Now it's Baggio. Baggio out of dummy half. A good run there for Abby Hunt. She's been instrumental. That was Stephen back on the inside for Hunt. Shemp.
Yeah, I think the opposition coaches are going to be doing their homework on Abby Hunt. She's going to cause some nightmares.
Absolutely.
For the teams today.
She's been outstanding. Just about in line for the GYG MVP, Jason.
I've got the gift card here.
You've got it ready? Good to hear.
Yeah, and we've already started writing Abby on it in permanent marker.
That's what we like to hear. Now Addison Roden for the Panthers with the ball. Has a player on the outside in Marissa Chloe, but the ball goes to ground. 1:45 remaining. I think we can safely say that Wagga are through to the semi-finals of the under-14 girls division.
I think so. And I think, I know I've mentioned quite a handful of times about their composure and the way they've rolled through the game, but this is a really good sign for a young team to not getting overexcited, not getting, too animated about everything, just doing their job, getting it done. And this is the sort of team that you'd expect to then, have a lot left in the tank when they get through to the semis and finals, hopefully, for the locals.
Yeah, Jordan McFadden made the run on the last, but the touch was made, so no joy for the Vipers on that occasion. Now it's Abby Lee Larkham for the Panthers. That's Marissa Chloe. They'll come back to the open side. Bellingham. Good run from Trinity Bellingham. Out of dummy half was Alia Waipuri. Waipuri for the line. Long ball. That was behind the winger there. That might have been Felicity Town on the right wing. Pass was behind her. It was a tough one to take. She wasn't able to take it cleanly, so Wagga.
What a run. That just shows what the Panthers are capable of, doesn't it, Mike? They quality stuff here. It's only been the class of Vipers.
25 seconds to go. Wagga are through to a semi-final in the 14 girls. Good result for the hometown club. I'll be delighted with that. There's the hooter in the background for full time. Referee will say we've got a penalty here to Wagga, a penalty to Penrith rather, against Wagga. So one final play for the Panthers, but it goes straight to ground. I don't think the referee's heard the siren now. They've been given the call. That is full time. Wagga advanced to a semi-final in the under-14 girls with a 7-2 victory over the Penrith Panthers. Up next, the under-18 boys, Parramatta and Canberra City Magic.